Administrator, I want to follow on with the majority leader's comments about the Clean Power Plan.
Yes.
As you know, I have been raising the concern, the alarm about reliability of our electricity and our grids across the country, and the impact of this proposed carbon rule on the aspect of reliability. We heard or we saw the analysis last week from NERC that didn't do much to calm my fears on that. But I mentioned in my opening statement that the technical analysis that was done, the integrated planning model and regulatory impact analysis, failed to evaluate the application of the rule to my entire state. Didn't even look at it. And I think the lack of analysis was because Alaska is so unique. We're not connected to anybody else's grid. The size and the scope is pretty considerable, as we know, but there's very little comparison to other states, and our electricity sector is substantially different than what you have in the lower 48. We have five facilities that we're talking about here, 4 of which are natural gas, 1 is coal. So when you're talking about how you're going to get to that 26% reduction, there's not a lot of give. And as a consequence, Alaska has looked at this very critically and says there is no way that we can achieve what has been set out. You use the word flexibility quite a lot. But the concern, of course, is that there's no level of flexibility that will make a proposal like this work in a state like Alaska. And so our state's leaders have asked that Alaska be exempted in the final rule. How carefully are you considering this request for an exemption, and what can you give me in terms of your reaction to that request?
Well, Madam Chairman, let me explain. The analysis we did in our rule is a national analysis and a regional analysis looking at issues like reliability, which we believe is really the most significant way to analyze it, especially when you give so much flexibility to individual states. Having said that, we find ourselves often talking about the uniqueness of Alaska. This is another instance in which that is again the case, because they are not interconnected in a way that other states are.
So are you considering this as an exemption, considering the state's request for a full exemption?
We actually have in the rule itself solicited that comment, because we indicated that this was our assessment of what could be achieved, but we asked specifically for comment on this specific issue. So we will, of course, take this under very serious consideration, but you should be, I believe, heartened by the fact that we acknowledge the uniqueness and we solicited that comment, so it gives us every ability to take whatever action we think that the data justifies and would indicate to us is appropriate.
And of course, right now our concern is where's the data?